Alright guys, it looks like the Sonic Speed Simulator badge for RB Battles has been released early, like half a day sooner than it should have. Maybe they got confused between 12 a.m. and 12 p.m., but it seems like that's what happened. So basically you see that as soon as you start out, there's a portal. You have to go into the portal, you talk to DJ, he says you have to get 25 out of 30 of the switches in here. So follow where I go, you're gonna get 25 switches, and then you got to make your way to the end of the obby. Now, here's the deal though, if you die, then it resets. Like if you fall off and you get pretty far along, or you fall off after you've gone pretty far along, in this main area, if you fall off, you'll generally just kind of start right down there at the bottom. But pretty much if you move forward after this space and you fall off, it's going to reset your switches to 0, and you're gonna have to start at the very beginning of this thing. So do not fall, do not mess this up, especially after you've got like 20 something of these in your inventory already, or like ready to go. You can see on the left side it says we have 3 out of 25. So now we're gonna hop over this little area over here, and then we're gonna hop over this, and then there's a switch right there. So all you have to do is just touch the switch, and then it will light up, and then that will count as one of your switches for this whole thing. So generally you can see he jumps pretty high and he jumps pretty far. Every now and then you might have to use your little spin wheel thing where you hold down the shift button, but generally you don't have to do that. Usually if you see a ramp like that, then usually it's there for a reason, to help you up onto a certain spot. So we've got 5 out of 25 right here. Now this one right here, you can see the cage, you can't jump over it normally, but if you go around the side right there, you can see it's kind of open around the side of it, so you guys can go and get that one. Now watch these gaps right here. One time I fell down this little gap, not realizing there was even a gap there. So yeah, I fell a couple times in my attempts. This was not my first attempt making it through this, but then I got to know this part the whole pretty well. So now we're gonna hit that one, we're gonna bounce off of this. Now you start running pretty fast once you hit this area, so make sure you don't fall off. Sometimes when you're running, it almost feels like you're running on like an ice surface, and I think it's just the physics of the game. So again, just be really careful. Like one of these, if you just kind of jump and then end up falling, hopefully you guys can catch yourself by hitting one of the ledges, but then yeah, you're gonna start all over. So this thing, you can see that glass pane on the right, you can't jump into that. We'll show you here in just a minute. So going along this little corridor, getting that, but you can see we can't jump through there, so we're gonna have to go along this skinny little corridor in order to get to the other side. So again, like right here, make sure you don't accidentally just like push the wrong button and fall off, because if you fall off right there, you're starting all over, and you got to start with 0 switches all over again. So now we're gonna get this one right here. Okay, so now we've got 10 of the 25 switches that we need to get. So just keep following where I'm going right here, and we're gonna be flipping these switches and run along here. So just right here, see this switch and this little ramp? We're gonna come back to this later once we go and get some more of the switches. But at this point, we're just gonna take this big old leap over here, and we're gonna get some of these. Now, I almost fell off right there. That would have been doom. I would have had to start all over. That was crazy. I was stressing there for a minute. So yeah, we're just looking around, making sure we can find all these, that we don't leave any of these behind. Those little red things, if you jump on them, you can see that they're gonna bounce you up. And there's so many different directions to go. So again, just kind of watch this video, follow along where I'm going to get these switches, and just make sure that you guys have the same number of switches on the left side there as I do at this part. Like right now, if you have 10 or 11, then go back to the video, make sure you saw which one was missed, and hopefully you guys can go back and get it. Hopefully you guys don't have to fall in order to start over and get it again. But yeah, so these little red things, jump on those. We're gonna come up here. Don't forget any of these switches. Sometimes it's easy to just kind of walk by them and not notice them, and then you have to go back and you have to get them again, so that's just a lot of effort. But anyways, yeah, you guys know basically the rules at this point. You have to get 25 of these. They're hidden here. If you fall, you got to start all over, and then when you're done with getting 25 of them, you have to get them at it. You have to finish the obby basically. So just kind of watch where I'm going right here, and then we'll be back here with you with notes on different parts of this obby as necessary. Okay, so now that we've gotten this one, and we're gonna jump over and get this one right here. Now at this point, what we're doing down here, you can see if we jump across this this building, there's nothing up there, but we're gonna drop down here, which is gonna bring us to this one right here. We already hit that one earlier. So this part might look a little familiar to you. We mentioned it earlier. This is the part where we jumped up here, we ran, and again, we're just gonna go up this little corridor just like we did last time. I would say, you know, just hug the walls to make sure you do not fall off. So now we don't need to go long. We already got those ones, so we're just going to kind of go forward to the end over here. And then you guys remember that thing that we talked about earlier, that little red ramp that we showed, but we didn't go up it. So this time what we're going to do is we're just going to run straight into it. Because if we run into it, it will actually allow us to start running up the side of this building. So if you want, once you get far enough up, you can just kind of go to the right over here, but we're gonna go to the top. There's a button up there, but then we're gonna drop down there, and then we're gonna get a few more. So we're going to we've made ourselves to the top up here. So this is the end of the obby, but you can see we only have 22 out of 25, so we need more. So when we drop down there, you can see right across the aisle over there, there's one of those, but we still need 2 more before we can actually finish the obby. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn around, we're gonna go back, we're gonna go down here. There's 2 more over here that we're gonna get, and then after that we will go and finish the obby. So if you just jump across over here on this little building, and then you can see around the corner over there, actually no, it's this next one. So actually if you drop here onto that vent, then that's probably the best way to do it, because you can drop right onto where that little switch is right there. So there, we got 24 out of 25, and then we're gonna jump over to this, and then around the corner here, you can see we've got the final switch. Now, if you guys wanna go get more switches, you can go down, but at this point, we have 25, and we can finish the obby, so there is no point in going down. So yeah, now is very crucial. Do not fall off. You've got 25 out of 25. If you fall off right now, you're gonna have to start all over, and you're gonna have 0 out of 25, and you're just gonna pull your hair out because it's stressful. But the rest of the obby really isn't too challenging. Fortunately, I mean, most of these platforms are big enough. It's just that you're going really fast. Sometimes it feels like you're sliding around. So we're making our way to the top. We've got 25 out of 25. We jump on this thing just like in the Sonic game, and you can see on the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, we've got ourselves that badge there for RB Battles. So next step towards the winter wings, completed. Anyways, guys, if you're new here, I would love to have you subscribe and hit that notification bell, because I am making videos for all of these badges for the winner's wings. It looks like we've got, this would be number 9 now, so there's only 3 more. There's a live stream today. We're gonna watch some competitors here in Sonic Speed Simulator, and we'll do a live stream to catch that live. So thank you so much for watching, guys, and we'll catch you later.